Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing alright. I myself am doing pretty good. Today, we are going to be doing another greedier mode run. Why are we doing a lot of greedier mode runs recently, Tony? What's up with that? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Kind of some of the main reasons why I'm doing kind of like greedier runs right now in the meantime is due to the fact that whenever I'm recording recently, I'm not necessarily on a time crunch. Wow, tears up, damage down. A 1 full damage down and only a 0.5 tears up. That is a straight DPS loss. I am devastated, low-key. One of the main reasons that I have been doing these greedier mode runs is because they are shorter, they are faster to record due to the fact that there's only so much you can min-max here in a greed mode run before things get a little tough or whatever. So they're faster to record because I have less time to kind of record here. But as I've said multiple times in the past, just because we're doing a faster episode, you know, less time, don't think that means I'm putting in less effort. I still put in just the same amount of effort as I do in all my regular Isaac recordings, which is, surprisingly, I would say, a lot of effort. I try to make sure I'm entertaining for myself to a degree, you know what I mean? I don't like being boring to myself. Because, you know, I'm gonna be real with y'all. For a guy like me, you know, I don't get bored easy. Like, you have to almost actively try to bore me. Because I don't want to say I'm cooked, but I catch interest easy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Something catches my eye, something makes me kind of like, oh, what's this, you know? What interesting topic are we having here? What discussion's going on here? I do that mad easy. And so, kind of, you know, it helps me kind of keep to myself to a degree. It helps me kind of keep to like a standard for my own personal. Because in my own mind, I'm thinking, hey, if I'm this boring and like that's to myself, what are other people gonna do? You know, think. If I'm someone who gets interested easy and even I'm like, man, I'm yapping about a whole bunch of nothing right now, I'm gonna be like, damn, other people out there probably like, this dude ain't talking about nothing. Well, it is what it is. But, you know, just because it's shorter doesn't mean I don't put enough effort. Or doesn't mean I don't put a lot of effort in. I still do. Anyways, hope everyone's doing good. I myself am doing pretty alright recording this post-game. Post my game freezing on Black Ops 3. Don't know why it does that. It's just kind of like not a habit of custom maps. Because me and my friend have played a lot of custom maps. We've played hours upon hours of Black Ops 3 over the years. And my game has crashed. My game is frozen on multiple occasions. Just sucks that this is one of them. It's also ran for a really long time on multiple occasions, so you know, it's not like any big deal that way. It just sucks that this is one of the times where me and my friends, we were in the middle of doing a custom zombies map, a Chick-fil-A zombies map, and in the middle of it, my game froze, and I was just like, oh man, that sucks. You know, because it was good. It was good, bro. The map itself was actually kind of fire, and we were making progress. It's this insane. I'm gonna describe the map to y'all. It's kind of crazy. There's like two sides of the custom Easter egg that was made, and it's kind of like if you've ever played Black Ops 2 zombies maps. There's two Easter egg sides. There's a Maxis side and then Richthofen side. It's like that. But you're not gonna believe me when I say this. It's like it's Trump and Biden. There's the Biden side of the Easter egg, and then there's the Trump side of the Easter egg. Me and my friends were playing. We were mid Biden side. We had just, I'm gonna describe this and you're gonna think I'm crazy. You're gonna think I'm insane. We had just given Elon Musk the blueprints to make a teleporter, and in return he gave us the Sliquifier, or it was called like the Tesla Model Y grease gun or whatever. So he had just given us that, and we were gonna upgrade it. We were in the process of like doing the upgrade, and then my game froze on me, and so it kind of sucks, you know, because I'm like, man, I wanted to do that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, my game freezes on me, not much I could really do. Man. It sucks because I actually really like that item, you know? I actually really like Spider Butt. It can be very useful. But like I was saying, we had gotten some decent coverage in, you know. My bad, I'm moving my mic. We had gotten some decent coverage in on the Easter egg. We were making actual progress, and then all of a sudden, game froze. Oh, well, what can you do? So we look upon it with sadness, but, you know, oh well, what can we do, pretty much. So after that happened, I'm just like, you know, F it. F it, we're gonna be playing, what's it called? We're gonna be playing an Isaac run. I'm just gonna do an Isaac run real quick for the recording, because might as well. Now's a better time than ever. You know, wallowing in my sadness that my game crashed mid zombies map and stuff, but whatever. You know, but that's what's going on for me. Crazy stuff going on today. A lot of crazy stuff, honestly. Today, as of the day I'm recording this, it is Tuesday, April 22nd. Kind of a lot has happened. One, the freaking, what's it called? Oblivion remaster was just shadow dropped by Bethesda. And there was also another studio. They announced like, hey guys, we're gonna do a, we're gonna be doing a, not a press release, what's the word? We're gonna be doing like a showcase, you know? We're gonna be doing a showcase for this game, so check it out. We have great news regarding the Oblivion remaster. And then they showed it off like, guys, the Oblivion remaster, it looks fire, it's so cool, you know. It's pretty much just kind of like Oblivion with a new coat of paint, because we know a lot of people like how Oblivion is. A lot of people want their Oblivion remaster to kind of feel like Oblivion. So instead of like revamping the gameplay and stuff like that, we're gonna do some quality of life stuff, and then we're also just gonna make the game look nice. And they did that. And then they were like, all right, and it's coming out today. And literally, I was watching an Astacross stream. If you don't know who Astacross is, he is a Destiny 2 content creator, but he also in recent time has like kind of branched off to do cover other stuff and stuff like that, you know. He's into the gaming news. I don't mean he's into gaming news like he covers gaming news, but like, you know, he's interested in different games and stuff, so he obviously wants to keep up with it. I peeped his stream and he was doing the Oblivion showcase, and then all of a sudden he got a message that was being like, Oblivion out now. But it was before they even announced it. Before they even announced that Oblivion was out, they were he got a message saying Oblivion out right now. So I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. I literally go check Steam. Oh, I don't know why I bought the 5-cent one. I go check Steam and there it is. Whoever sent that message in chat wasn't joking. It was just straight up Oblivion out. RN, bro, registered nurse right now. So I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I immediately hopped onto my PC because it was like 8:15 or whatever when it was revealed. It was like 8:15 in the morning. I hop onto my PC and I bought it instantly. I'm not even joking. I instantly bought the Oblivion remake. And you might be thinking, Tony, why? Why would you give your money to Bethesda doing a shitty remake or whatever of a game? You know, you should give your money to get better game companies, better game devs out there or whatever. And you know what? I kind of gotta agree, you know, to a degree. I definitely think I should be supportive of better companies out there, companies that make really good games. However, from what I know, Oblivion is a really good game that a lot of people love. I myself, as an avid Skyrim fan, I've gone on multiple, not tirades, but I've gone on multiple times talking about how I like Skyrim. I had a save file where I played so much of it. I had like so much Daedric artifacts, so many Daedric artifacts and stuff like that. But then I lost the data, so I kind of, not lost interest, but you know, a part of me was just like, man, I don't even want to play this anymore. But, you know, I like Skyrim. And I have on multiple times, I'm not even joking when I say this, I think on like 5 separate occasions, I have tried, I have attempted to play Oblivion. However, and this I might be killed for. I'm gonna be real, I might be killed for saying this statement here. I am not some guy who loves graphics. You know, a game has to look like the most photorealistic thing ever, or it has to look amazing for me to play it. I will play games that kind of look a little jank or and such, you know? But I'm gonna be honest, I will say this. I have tried to play Oblivion on multiple occasions, and each time I've tried playing Oblivion, there was one thing stopping me from actively enjoying my time playing the game. And that one thing is the fact that the characters in Oblivion look like the most ugly creature you've ever seen in your life. And I'm not even joking. Like, I remember the intro cutscene to base game Oblivion, like, it looks cool, you know, like with the whole Uriel Septum, like CGI render, whatever. I don't know if it's CG, but like the whole Uriel Septum render, and he's like speaking to you, talking to you about all this cool stuff. In my mind, not even in my mind, just watching it, I'm like, this is pretty cool. You know, I understand. Like this game is pretty cool. And then in game, seeing how my character looks in the character creator, seeing how other like humans in the game look and stuff like that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because the game, it just looked too ugly. And I will say, like, it's not even that the game looked ugly. There were a lot of times when I would like look at the scenery, you know, I would look around, I'd look at the scenery and such, and the game actually looked really good. I'm gonna be honest, the game looked really good in that aspect. But to me, the people, the creatures that you interact with, end upon end in the game, they just didn't look good. And oh, Tony, you ever seen you like Fallout 3? You were replaying Fallout 3 not too long ago, you know? Those people look like gremlins, you know? Just but not as bad. They do kind of look ugly as hell. They look chopped, one might say. But trust me, not as bad as they look in Oblivion, brother. And I mean that with my whole heart. With my whole horse. JoJo reference. Like, the way people look in Oblivion, bro, it is the most disgusting human you will ever see. It is awful. And I will say, I have wanted to, and I have shown interest in playing Oblivion to my friends, to other people on multiples of occasions. The only thing stopping me was the fact that the people, I would say the creatures, that the people in that game look, I can't look them in the eyes, you know? That's how bad I'm talking about. I can't look them in the eyes, bro. They look horrifying. And so as soon as I was watching the presentation and I heard, and like they were leaning more into the fact that like, hey, this is literally going to just be like base Oblivion, but we're just gonna, you know, add a new coat of paint and some quality of life stuff. Brother, believe you me when I was like, I'm in. I am in, man. I do not care. I will support, I will buy this game as soon as I was able to. And as soon as I was able to, I did. I immediately bought Oblivion Remastered and I started playing it. And I'm not gonna lie, with what I played so far, like in like the spoilers, I guess, for anyone that has yet to play Oblivion at all, I had just escaped the sewers after the assassination of Uriel Septim, and that's where I'm continuing on. Whenever I next boot up Oblivion, that's where I'm going to be continuing from. I had just escaped the sewers and I had immediately walked to the island across from me, and there was like, I don't know if it was like a dungeon or what, but there was something in there. So I went down to go check it out. And that's where I'm off on. That's where I've left off on. If anyone out there knows what I'm getting myself into or something, you might know. Any Oblivion heads know, like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that, what's it called? Right across the way of the exit, that little dungeon or whatever. You know, wish me luck, wish me whatever. Whatevs, it is what it is, it is what it is. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna think I'm crazy for this? Watch this. Buy one more. The Lovers. Not bad, not bad. Could be worse, could be better. Could be worse, could be better. What's in here again? Book of Rev. Not worth. But yeah. That's where I last left off. And honestly, I can't wait. The game is cool. The fact that, I will say, one thing that I absolutely really enjoy about Oblivion is the fact that your class, you can create your own class. Like me personally, I was like looking, I was kind of thinking to myself like, what kind of character do I want to play? You know what? I saw that Bretons were like good with magic or whatever. I'm like, let me try that. So I was thinking, let me go like a pure magic kind of character. And then as we started playing more, or as I started playing a little bit more, I was like, hey, wait a minute. Combat in this game, I kind of like it. I kind of have an idea of what I want to be. I'm trying to sneak around. I kind of want to be like an arcane assassin. You know what I mean? I want to be like a mage that uses magic. An assassin that uses magic to like help me kill people and stuff like that, you know? So I was like, all right, that's my idea. I'm gonna make an arcane assassin. And the fact that I could make a custom class and spec that class to be proficient in what exact things I wanted it to be, I thought that was kind of cool. I can't even lie. I was like, dude, this is low-key awesome. You know? I kind of wish more games did this sort of deal. Because it really adds to like the character creation, you know what I mean? I can truly kind of make my character whatever I want in that kind of aspect. I got 2 lump of coals. Does that like cancel out at a certain point or something? Or what was good? It is what it is. But dude, I can't lie to you. I thought that was really cool how I can make my own character. Like, my own class, I mean. So, I started off making my own class. I did whatever it was I did, and then I hopped off the game because I played for my 30 minutes of lunch. That's why I didn't record earlier. Because for my lunch, I was debating, should I play Isaac? Should I record like 90% of an Isaac episode and then finish after work? Or should I play some Oblivion? And I was like, you know what? I just got this game. I've heard really good things about it for like, not the entirety of my life because I'm not that young, but I've heard a lot of good things about the game for the better part of a couple years since it's been out, you know? So I'm like, let me give it a try. So that's what I did. And in my 30 minutes of lunch, I had booted up the game, made my character, gone through the tutorial area, and I was like, this is kind of cool. You know? This is kind of cool. I can't wait to see what other shenanigans I get into. From what I know, it's like a, maybe not a harsh debate, but a lot of people out there are like, you know, like, oh, Oblivion is the best Elder Scrolls game. Oh, Skyrim is the best Elder Scrolls game. You know, it's between those two. Those two are like the kind of like the hitters. You either, although I will say, from what I notice about Skyrim, I feel like you either love or you hate Skyrim, you know? I don't know if like hate, but you know, you either like Skyrim, it's like, wow, this game's really cool, or you're an older Elder Scrolls fan and you're like, this game doesn't feel like an Elder Scrolls. You know, it's took too much of a departure from the RPG elements that I like. Because one thing I remember hearing about Oblivion that I thought was really cool that I can't wait to do was hearing that, like, you can create your own spells, you know? You can make your own spells in Oblivion. I heard about that and I was like, dude, that sounds awesome. I would love to make like my own crazy Tony spell that like paralyzes you and gives you like super poison or whatever, you know? Toxic stall from Pokemon, head ass. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was a really cool deal. And so that's kind of part of why I also wanted to go magic when I was initially making my class. One of the things I decided was, hey, I kind of want to try out this like create your own spell sort of deal. That seems really cool. And I know, I don't know, but like I was reading the character creator and it's like Britons are good in Magicka. So I was like, you know what, let me go with that. So I'll let you guys know, believe me, over the course of the next couple Isaac episodes, every once in a while, you'll get the Tony Oblivion check-in for any real Oblivion fans out there that are like, ah, yes, he's finally playing peak, you know? I'll keep you guys updated, and for any other fans, you're just gonna deal with an Oblivion episode. Anyways, we finished the run. Nice job, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time of viewing this. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.